Welcome to our exploration of the subtle yet powerful signals conveyed through eye movements, particularly in the context of narcissistic behavior. Eyes are often described as the windows to the soul, revealing much about a person's inner world. When it comes to narcissists, their eyes can be windows to their core character, marked by hollowness, emptiness, and grandiosity. Narcissists often display specific eye movements and positions that reflect their perception of themselves, others, and their environment. These movements are not just random, they're calculated and serve to reinforce their narcissistic traits, like grandiosity and entitlement. We'll delve into 4 distinct eye movements that are commonly observed in narcissists and what they signify. 1. The outside audience. Look. The outside audience look of a narcissist is a fascinating and complex behavior, deeply rooted in their need for admiration and validation. In social situations, particularly when they are in a speaking or presenting role, narcissists transform these interactions into performances. Here, every gesture, including their eye movements, is strategically designed not for genuine connection, but for eliciting admiration and attention. Central to this behavior is the concept of performance. Narcissists view these social interactions less as opportunities for genuine dialogue, and more as stages where they are the star performers. Their primary aim is to captivate and dominate the audience, using their charisma and self-perceived superiority. The side-eye glance, subtle yet significant, is a key element of this performance. It's less about engaging with the audience in a meaningful way, and more about surveying the room for signs of admiration and envy. This scanning for validation is an automatic response, driven by their deeply ingrained need for external approval. This behavior also serves as a reinforcement of their grandiosity. Each time a narcissist glances to the side while speaking, it's not just a check for the audience's reaction, it's an affirmation of their belief in their own exceptionalism. It's as if they are silently confirming to themselves the captivation and enchantment they hold over their audience. However, this apparent attempt to connect with the audience is, in reality, a facade. The narcissist's side eye is superficial, lacking in genuine engagement or interest in the audience's response. It creates an illusion of connection where the narcissist remains the focal point, and the audience feels more like props in their theatrical display rather than active participants in a meaningful conversation. For those on the receiving end of this behavior, the experience can be disconcerting. The fleeting and superficial nature of these glances often leaves individuals feeling marginalized and undervalued, reducing them to mere spectators in the narcissist's self-centered performance. It's a stark reminder of the manipulative and self-absorbed nature of narcissistic individuals, where genuine human connection is sacrificed for the sake of their ego and the relentless pursuit of admiration and attention. In essence, the outside audience look in narcissists is not just a simple eye movement. It's a multi-layered expression of their psychological makeup. It reveals their incessant need for attention, their grandiose self-image, and their manipulative approach to social interactions. Understanding this behavior is crucial for grasping the depths of the narcissist's personality and the often superficial and self-serving nature of their social engagements. 2. The condescending glance. The condescending glance, as exhibited by narcissistic individuals, is a subtle yet deeply impactful nonverbal behavior. This glance, often delivered from the corner of the eye, is laced with disdain and contempt, its primary purpose being to demean and belittle the recipient far more than a mere look. It's a calculated expression, designed to invoke a powerful emotional response and assert dominance. At its core, the condescending glance is a tool for psychological manipulation. It communicates a message of contempt and disdain so effectively that words become unnecessary. This glance is not fleeting. It lingers just long enough to convey a sense of superiority, making the recipient feel undervalued and inferior. The very act of avoiding direct eye contact in this manner speaks volumes. It's as if the narcissist considers the other person unworthy of their full attention, unworthy even of a direct look. This behavior is particularly damaging because it targets the individual's self-esteem and sense of worth. By repeatedly subjecting someone to such dismissive and contemptuous looks, a narcissist can significantly erode their sense of self. This is not a mere byproduct of their behavior. It is often the intended effect. The aim is to break down the individual, to make them question their value and worth, thereby gaining control over them through emotional manipulation. The psychological impact of the condescending glance cannot be overstated. It goes beyond temporary hurt feelings. it can leave lasting emotional scars. The consistent experience of being looked down upon in this manner can lead to long-term issues with self-esteem, anxiety, and an overall sense of inadequacy. It is a form of nonverbal abuse that can be as harmful as any word spoken. The glance communicates a clear message: you are less than, unworthy, and insignificant. Moreover, this glance is often utilized as a means of control, a way to manipulate and dominate through guilt and shame. By making someone feel perpetually lesser, the narcissist establishes a dynamic where the victim feels obligated to seek their approval, to right some perceived wrong even when they haven't done anything to deserve such treatment. It's a vicious cycle, where the recipient of the glance is continually trying to prove their worth, not realizing that the narcissist's judgment is a reflection of their own insecurities and need for control, not an objective assessment of the recipient's value. The condescending glance in the arsenal of a narcissist is a powerful psychological tool. It's a calculated expression designed to demean and belittle, to break down an individual's sense of self-worth and assert dominance. Its impact goes beyond the immediate moment, potentially causing long-term emotional and psychological damage. Understanding this behavior is key to recognizing the manipulative tactics of narcissists and the profound impact their nonverbal communication can have on their victims. 3. The up and down. Look, the behavior of frequently glancing to the sides while speaking, commonly observed in narcissists, serves as a potent reinforcement of their grandiose self-perception. This particular eye movement is far more than a mere habit. It is a deeply ingrained part of their psychological makeup, intricately linked to their sense of self-worth and superiority. At the heart of this behavior is the narcissist's unshakable belief in their own exceptionalism. Each side glance during a conversation or a presentation is not just a check for the audience's reaction. It's an integral component of their self-affirmation process. Through these glances, narcissists are seeking validation for their grandiose view of themselves. It's as though with each look, they are silently telling themselves, "See how captivated they are by my words and presence." This constant need for affirmation is indicative of their deep-seated insecurity, masked by a facade of overconfidence and self-assuredness. The reinforcement of grandiosity through these side glances is multifaceted. On one level, it's about gauging the impact they have on their audience. Are they mesmerized? Are they hanging on to every word? But on a deeper, more subconscious level, it's about continuously feeding their ego, affirming their self-concept as someone superior, someone whose presence and words hold sway over others. This behavior, therefore, becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more they look for signs of captivation in their audience, the more they believe in their own magnetic personality. This cycle of seeking and finding, or interpreting, signs of admiration and attention plays a crucial role in maintaining the narcissist's self-image. Despite their outward appearance of confidence and self-assuredness, narcissists often harbor deep-seated feelings of inadequacy and vulnerability. These side glances act as a shield, protecting them from facing their insecurities and maintaining the illusion of their grandeur. It's a delicate balancing act. On the surface, it appears as though they are in complete control and command respect, but underneath there is a constant search for validation and affirmation. In essence, this behavior is a testament to the complexity of the narcissistic psyche. The frequent side glances during speech are not just a physical manifestation, but a psychological mechanism, serving to continuously bolster their inflated self-image. It highlights the paradox of narcissism, the coexistence of deep insecurity with an overt display of superiority. Understanding this aspect of narcissist behavior provides insight into the fragile edifice upon which their grandiosity is built, and the lengths they will go to in order to protect and reinforce it. 4. The classic eye roll. While an eye roll can be a common expression of annoyance in the context of narcissism, it's a tool for belittlement and dismissal. It conveys a message of exasperation or disdain towards the recipient's words or actions, suggesting that they are trivial or unworthy of serious consideration. This gesture can be particularly diminishing, making the recipient feel insignificant and dismissed. In conclusion, these eye movements and expressions are not just casual or meaningless gestures. They are integral to the narcissist's repertoire of control and manipulation tactics. These behaviors are indicative of deeper issues related to their sense of self and how they interact with others. By understanding these nonverbal cues, we can gain insights into the narcissist's mindset and the impact of their behavior on their relationships and interactions. Remember, The body often speaks volumes about a person's true intentions and feelings, and in the case of narcissists, their eyes can be particularly revealing.